Your calendar is either completely full or completely empty. There's no in between. Some weeks you book solid, you're turning people away, you're fully booked for months. But the next week you're staring at an empty schedule, wondering how you're going to cover rent. You're refreshing your email, hoping somebody books a session. You're texting old clients, asking if they want to come back. It's exhausting, right? And here's what most personal trainers think when they hit that empty calendar. They need more referrals. So they ask for them. They ask their clients more often. They create incentive programs. They put it in their intake forms. They mention it in their emails. But their needle doesn't move. The referrals don't come. And you start thinking maybe referrals just don't work. Maybe your clients don't like you enough to refer you. Maybe you're in the wrong market. But here's what I'm going to tell you. The problem isn't that referrals don't work. The problem is that you're treating them like hope instead of a system. What if I told you the personal trainers making consistent income, the ones with full calendars month after month, they're not better asking for referrals. They're better at engineering them into how clients experience working with them. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to build a referral system that works on its own. And by the end, you're going to know exactly where your business is leaking clients and money. So let's start with why most personal trainers fail with referrals. And I'm telling you, it's not what you think. Here's what I see happen with most trainers over and over again. They're focused on getting more referrals. They ask clients more often. They incentivize referrals with discounts or free sessions. They put it on their intake forms and they bring it up in conversations. But the needle doesn't move. The referrals rate stays flat. And they get frustrated because they feel like they're doing everything right, asking in the right way and being clear about what they want, but nothing changes. The reason is simple, and it's actually kind of obvious once you see it. They don't have anyone left to refer them. Think about that for a second. You can't get referrals from clients who aren't there. Here's what the research shows. Studies from the fitness industry shows that 60% of new personal training clients quit within 12 weeks. 60%. That's more than half. So by the time a client might naturally think about referring you to a friend, they've already stopped training with you. They've already quit, and you're trying to solve a referral problem when you actually have a retention problem. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in the bottom. You can pour water in all day long, but the bucket stays empty because it's leaking. Let me tell you a story that illustrates this perfectly. I worked with a trainer in Sydney, really good guy. Knew his stuff, had solid technique, got great results with his clients. But he was frustrated about referrals drying up. He had about 8 active clients at any given time, and maybe 1 or 2 would refer someone to him every few months. He thought the solution was to ask more often. So he created a referral incentive program. He offered $50 off every referral. He made it clear to his clients that he wanted them to refer their friends. And you know what happened? Nothing. His referral rate didn't change. He was expecting to see a spike in referrals, but it stayed flat. Why? Because his clients were dropping off after 8 to 10 weeks. By the time they would naturally mention him to a friend, they'd already quit. So the problem wasn't the ask. The problem was that he wasn't clear enough about what he wanted. The problem was that nobody was sticking around long enough to become a referral source. Here's the insight that changed everything for him. The fitness industry doesn't have a referral problem. It has a retention problem. You can't get referrals from clients who aren't there. So if your clients are leaving after a few months, you've got a leaky bucket. And no amount of asking, no amount of incentivizing, and no amount of clever marketing will fix it. The foundation has to be solid first. So here's a question for you to sit with. How many of your clients are actually staying long enough to refer you? Be honest with yourself on that one. If most of your clients are leaving after 8 to 12 weeks, that's where you need to focus first, not on asking for referrals. It's on keeping clients. But let's say you've got that handled. Let's say your clients are staying. Then why aren't referrals flowing in? This brings us to point number 2, the structure problem. You can't engineer what you haven't structured. Most personal trainers treat referrals like something that happens to them. A client mentions them to a friend and they hope they convert. That's not a system, that's luck. And you can't build a business on luck. Here's what the research on business referrals actually shows. Businesses that ask for referrals in a structured way receive 4 times more referrals than those who don't. 4 times. But here's the critical part. It has to be structured. It has to be part of how clients experience working with you. It can't be a random ask. It can't be something you throw in at the end of a session when you think about it. It has to be intentional. It has to be part of the client journey. I know a trainer in London who completely transformed her referral flow by engineering it into a client journey. Instead of asking clients randomly, she built specific moments into the experience. After a client hit their first milestone, whether that was losing 10 pounds or doing their first pull-up or running for 5 minutes straight without stopping, she had a conversation about celebrating that win. During that conversation, she would naturally ask, who do you know that would benefit from what we're doing here? It felt natural, it wasn't pushy, it wasn't awkward. And because she picked that moment intentionally, her clients were in a good headspace. They just achieved something. They were thinking about their fitness. They were thinking about health. They wanted to share their success. They wanted to tell people what they'd accomplished. Her referral rate went from 1 every 3 months to 2 or 3 every month. Same trainer, same clients, same location, different structure. That's the power of engineering referrals into your system instead of hoping they happen. Here's the insight. Referrals aren't something that happen to you. They're something you engineer. You pick the moment, you create the context, you make it easy, you make it natural. Then it becomes predictable. You can count on it, you can forecast it. So if structure is the answer, what does a real referral system actually look like? Well, let me break it down for you because this is where it gets practical. Point number 3. If you want referrals to be consistent and predictable, they need to sit on 3 foundations. Think of these like pillars holding up a building. Without all 3, the system breaks, the structure collapses. So let me walk you through each one. Pillar number 1 is retention. Your clients have to stay long enough to refer you. That means you need a clear program. You need regular progress tracking. You need a reason for them to keep coming back. If clients are leaving after 8 weeks, you've got nothing to work with. You can't build a referral system on a foundation of people leaving. You need clients who are with you for months, ideally years, and that's where the referral potential comes in. Here's what the research shows. Clients who see measurable progress in the first 4 weeks are 78% more likely to continue training for at least 3 months. And clients who stay for 3 months, are significantly more likely to refer. So, retention starts with visible results early. It starts with quick wins. It starts with tracking progress so clients can see they're getting better. That's pillar one. Pillar number two is clarity. Your offer has to be so clear that your clients know exactly who to refer. This is huge, and most trainers, in my experience, miss it completely. If your messaging is vague, if you say, I help people get fit or I help people get stronger, then even if your clients want to refer you, they don't know who to mention it to. They can't visualize the referral. They're sitting at dinner with a friend and the friend says, I want to get in shape. And your client thinks, well, my trainer helps people get in shape, but I'm not sure if you're the type of person he works with. That doubt kills the referral. But if you're specific, if you say, I help busy professionals lose weight without giving up their social life, or I help women over 50 feel strong and confident again, then your clients know exactly which of their friends would be a perfect fit. They can visualize the referral before they make it. They're at work, they hear someone complaining about wanting to lose weight, and they immediately think, oh, my trainer is perfect for this person. The referral path becomes obvious. I worked with a trainer who was positioning himself as a general fitness coach. He trained everyone. People wanted to lose weight, athletes who wanted to get stronger, older clients who wanted mobility work. And he was good at all of it. He had the skills and he got great results. But his referrals were sporadic because nobody knew who to send to him. Ultimately, his messaging was just too broad. Then he narrowed his focus. He decided he wanted to specialize in busy professionals who wanted to lose weight without changing their diet completely. Suddenly, his clients knew exactly who he was for. They'd be at work, hear someone complaining about wanting to lose weight, but not wanting to give up going out with their friends, and they'd think, oh, my trainer is perfect for that. His referrals went up significantly because the path from client to referral became obvious. That's pillar two. Pillar three is the ask. You need a structured moment where you ask for referrals, not randomly in conversation and not buried in an email. A specific moment that's built into your client journey. So after a milestone, at the end of a transformation, perhaps during a progress review, you pick the moment, make it natural, and make it repeatable. Every client goes through the same moment. Every client gets asked the same way. It becomes part of your system. Here's what this looks like in practice. After a client completes their first month of training with measurable results, you have a progress review conversation. During that conversation, you celebrate the win. You talk about what's working. You talk about what's next. And then you ask, who do you know that would benefit from what we're doing here? Anyone from work? Anyone from your gym? Anyone from your family? Anyone you're close to who's mentioned wanting to get into shape? You give them permission to think out loud. You don't pressure because you don't want to make it weird. You just ask. Then you listen. And if they give you a name, you offer to help make an introduction if they want. That's the ask, and that's pillar three. Now, let me show you exactly how to build this. This isn't complicated, but it does require you to think it through and then execute it consistently. Step one, map your client journey. Write down every interaction a client has with you from day one. Onboarding, First session, week 2, week 4, month 2, month 3, and so on. Now, identify the moments when they're most likely to be thinking about referring you. Usually it's they've lost £5 after they've hit a new personal record, after they've gone from not being able to do a push-up to doing 10. That's your referral moment. That's when they're most likely to say yes. Step 2, clarify your offer so clients know who to refer. Write down 3 things. 1, who is your ideal client? 2, what's their main problem? And 3, what result are they looking for? Then communicate this to your existing clients. Make it part of how you introduce yourself. Make it part of your intake form. Make it clear enough that when a client is talking to a friend, they can say, you should talk to my trainer. He helps people like you, and they don't have to think about it. It's clear. Step 3, build the ask into your process. At your chosen moment, let's say after the 1 month mark, you have a structured conversation. You review progress, you celebrate their wins, you talk about what's working, and you talk about what's next. And then you ask the referral question. You make it easy. You might say, one of the best ways I grow my business is through people like you who've seen the results. Is there anyone you know from work, from the gym, from your family who would benefit from what we're doing here? Then you shut up and listen. You don't fill the silence. Let them think and you let them answer. Here's what the research shows on this. Studies on referral behavior show that clients are 5 times more likely to refer when they've been explicitly asked in the right context. But they're also most likely to refer when they feel it's easy and natural, not like a hard sell. When it feels like a genuine conversation instead of a sales pitch. Step 4, make the referral easy. If a client gives you a name, don't make them do the introduction. Offer to reach out or offer to give them something they can share, a link, a 1-page overview, a simple email that they can forward. The easier you make it, the more likely the referral happens. Some clients will say, I'll introduce you. Great, let them, but don't make that the only option. Remember, make it easy. So here's the key to all of this. This system only works if your retention is solid. If clients are leaving after 8 weeks, you won't have enough people to ask. So before you focus on referrals, make sure your clients are staying and, of course, getting results. Make sure they're seeing progress. Make sure they have a reason to come back. That's the foundation. Everything else is built on that. Now, here's what most personal trainers miss about referral systems. They think it's a quick fix. I'll implement this and I'll get 3 new clients next month. But that's not how it works. This system compounds. Month 1, you ask your first batch of clients for referrals. Maybe 1 or 2 will come through. Month 2, you're still asking your original clients, but now the referrals from month 1 are converting and becoming clients themselves. Month 3, you're asking 3 groups of people, your original clients, the referrals from month 1, and the referrals from month 2. The number of people in your business who are potential referral sources is now growing. The system is feeding itself. It's compounding. Here's what the data shows. Referred clients have a 37% higher retention rate than clients acquired through other channels. They also tend to have higher lifetime value. They stay longer and ultimately they spend more. So not only are you getting more clients, you're getting better clients who stay longer and refer more. I know a trainer who implemented this system about 18 months ago. In the first 3 months, she got maybe 2 referrals. She thought it wasn't working. She got discouraged. But credit to her, she kept the system in place and she didn't give up. By month 6, she was getting 3 or 4 referrals a month consistently. By month 12, she had so many referrals coming in that she actually had to close her intake to new clients because she was fully booked. She had to put them on a waiting. She couldn't take on any more clients. She'd been running at full capacity for the last 6 months because the system had compounded. Her income went from $3,200 a month with feast or famine cycles, some months great, some months struggling, to a consistent $5,500 a month with a waiting list. She didn't change her pricing. She didn't get better at marketing. She didn't start a podcast or build a huge social media following. She just engineered referrals into her business model and let it compound. Here's the insight that separates personal trainers making consistent income from personal trainers living month to month. The ones with consistent income have built a system that generates demand on its own. They're not chasing leads. They're not stressed out where the next client is coming from. They're not refreshing their email hoping somebody books. The system is working. The referrals are coming in. It's predictable. What would it feel like to know that next month you'd have 3 or 4 clients coming in and you didn't have to chase them? You didn't have to spend money on ads. You didn't have to create content or post on social media to get them. They're coming because your current clients are referring them. That's what's possible when you engineer your referral system. So here's where you land. If you're not getting consistent referrals right now, it's not because your clients don't like you. It's not because you're not good enough. It's because you don't have a system for it. You're relying on hope instead of structure. And hope, I'm afraid, isn't a strategy. If you want to see exactly where your business is leaking clients, referrals, and revenue, I want you to take the Growth Engine Scorecard. It's a simple assessment that will show you what's missing in your business. It will show you where your retention is breaking down. It will show you where your clarity is fuzzy, and it will show you where your referral system isn't working. And most importantly, it will show you what to do next. The link is in the description. So take the scorecard, see where you stand, and then you will know exactly what to work on first. Your calendar doesn't have to be empty.